Hey guys, we're here at Michigan Toy Soldier. It's a new environment for us. We're going to play some sharp practice. This is a new battle report for our channel as well. Today we have Confederates versus Federals in year of 1862. So you can see right here, I kind of used the 1862 lists and added a little bit. So this Confederate force has two sets of skirmishers, each with a level 1 leader. Group of 3 groups of 8 with a level 3 leader, and 2 groups of 8 with a level 2 leader. They have their deployment point, which is this really cool band from Dixon Miniatures. I love it. Light artillery piece, and then a mule train to provide some supplies. And then over here for the Federals, oh, and sorry, they have a colors and a musician as well. For the Federals, they have a little bit more, so they have a group of 3, they have a group of 2, and then they have an extra group of 2 as well, because their Rebel Yell and some other things provides, it costs more points for Confederates. They have, and I'll put the lists in the battle report, but they have a level 2 leader, I believe it is, or a level 3, and then everyone else is a level 1. It's kind of representative of core leadership. That's right. 2 level 2s, and then everyone else is a level 1. And 2 groups of 6 skirmishers, and an artillery piece, and a mule train as well. So the scenario today, Charlie's over there enjoying his Pirates and Netflix. The scenario today is there's a group of Confederate operatives. These are Perry rioting women, which is really funny. They're awesome. They have like stones, and one has a boiling pot of water, and another has a butcher knife. They are transporting weapons and ammunition to Corinth, Mississippi, to Albert Sidney Johnston's army before the Battle of Shiloh. Matt's commander is Captain George. He has been detached with a group of men to capture these operatives who are known to be operating in the area. However, they may have military escort as well, so we'll see what happens there. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do turns with this because the Tiffin makes it a little bit harder, but we'll figure out as we go along.
Leave these out.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so kind of our first Tiffin card here. We actually did get quite a few activations, and you can see over here all of these here, and I actually got 4 flags. So this little company over here, these 16 guys, they moved up twice to the edge of the river. The artillery piece moved up a little bit, my skirmishers moved up. This column in the back, the main column, kind of was very slow this turn, so they didn't really get there yet. Over here, Matt's 2 groups of 8 came out of the secondary deployment point, which is that little tree. His artillery came out. We're trying artillery for the first time, actually. We've never used it before, so it's interesting. And then over here, he has some skirmishers moving up as well. So that's it so far. We got a Tiffin, so now it's on to the next round. Alright, so we got our second Tiffin card again. We got some more movement over here before we got the Tiffin. On the right, on my right flank, Matt is moved up, and then he's got a column that's going to kind of try to shake out over here because he doesn't want to move straight up the road. I have some skirmishers that are moving across the stone bridge, and they got fired upon by other skirmishers and an artillery piece, and lost 2 guys and took 3 shots, so that was pretty rough. I am moving over the stream, I guess you could call it, or creek or whatever, with my skirmishers and 1 group over here. And then the coffin with the weapons is actually moving up as well. So not as fast as I'd hoped, but we're going to move into contact here soon. Alright, check it out after our next round. Alright, so we had 2 Tiffins now since our last video, but the first one was kind of short. Not a whole lot happened. So you can see here, I'm moving up on the right flank here with two groups. My skirmishers are in the trees. They're actually doing some good work over here against Matt's 2-group unit over here as well. Big thing that happened, my skirmishers over here took a ton of shock from a cannon and some other skirmishers, two groups of skirmishers, and so they actually retreated, caused me to roll on the bad things happen chart, and I took a morale hit, so I'm at 10 instead of 11, so that's bad. However, it did make way for my main unit to come up through the middle, so they're going over the bridge. My cannon has been firing at Matt's regiment over there as well, and doing quite a bit of shock. They have 3 and 3 and lost a couple guys. He did change facing on those guys back there, so they're actually going to come up the road too, so we'll have a kind of a come to a head here. And Matt still has some guys off the board, so hopefully they come on for him, and Charlie's watching Paw Patrol, of course. Alright, so we got another Tiffin card. You can see here Matt has moved up into the town, countering my advance over here. I, however, did move up as well. I moved a little further than I wanted to, which means the skirmishers over here are on my flank, which is bad. These skirmishers finally rallied off all their shock. These guys did not move up at all, and my artillery reloaded. And then Matt brought his final set of 2 groups of 8 as well, and his artillery is reloaded. So this turn is going to kind of bring everything to a head here. So let's see what happens. Alright, so we had another Tiffin. You can see my guys have moved up into the town here. They're trying to push through. Matt kind of didn't really give me a choice. He has this ambush laid here, or I go up against that cannon. I probably could have switched around this flank, but it, I don't know. I guess I'm going to try to crush this flank. And he is flanking me out with these other skirmishers over here, whipping at my guys and trying to take them down. Other than that, he did move a little bit to the back. So let's see what's going to happen. This is going to be a turn where, you know, a lot happens to that group in the middle, and he may take the coffin from them with the weapons. All right, so that was pretty bad. So Matt had a good idea. I moved all the way up here. I was just trying to push through as fast as I could, maybe get some extra movement next turn. Matt fired with that group right there on my last group, and then charged with that group into them, and they broke and ran all the way to the back of the board. So they have 11 shock on them. We'll see if anything happens to them. Pretty sure they're done. However, this group right here formed up, and they poured fire into these 2 groups over here, so they're running as well. They're not running, but they're taking off. They're trying to regroup. This skirmish group as well helped with that. So they're doing awesome. They've been taking the Yankees down all day. But really, this is the most important part right here. This is where the supplies are. So let's see what happens. I tried to push forward and just rely on my level 3 leader to try to get through and maybe hopefully pull some good command, but it didn't work out yet. So alright, so we drew the Tiffin card first. So basically that means it's a chapter end. It's like a lull in the fighting, so to speak. So that guy back there who had been trampled by his own men picked himself up and reasserted his authority. And my guys back here that were running away are now broken. They're off the table, and I lost 1 morale. So it is now 11-8, which is bad. Yes, very deplorable. Alright, so now we're at the end of the game. You can see Matt systematically broke that group in the back, and then he moved into contact with the women there and took the weapon supply. So that ends the game. That's the objective, is to get there and take it, and so he took it. I would assume now that the Confederates would fall back or surrender, especially because they're surrounded here. The rest of the forces might fall back off the field, maybe secure the cannon. Alright, so that was a great game. Thanks for coming, or thanks for watching, I guess I could say. That was kind of our first sharp practice battle report. It was really fun. Plan for more later.